Let me tell you what we have on the show tomorrow. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, also Elise, Paul Floyd Home, Diana Lynch, John Archibald, Marjorie Getz, Rhonda again. Bonsoir. Diana Lynch, Ralph Rice, Richard Berkeley. We're good to see everybody coming in and joining us. Nice to see all of you. Hi there, Asar. Well, it was almost like that. The delays along the Northeast Corridor were lengthy. Let's just put it that way. And I understand why. They had to reduce the schedule to reduce the wear on the track because the movement of the train, of course, creates friction, which creates more heat, which makes the metal swell, which is not safe. And they had to run at lower speeds. Hi there, Mr. Dickens. All of that. It created all kinds of problems. So I appreciate that. In any event, it was just, rough travel. So very good to be with everyone here tonight. Thank you very much. And let me tell you what we have coming on our show tomorrow. Sergio Martinez Beltran. Going to do an interview with him about the latest ice shooting this week recently in Texas and Maine, and also questions being raised about the background of one of the ICE officers involved and his training. Hi there, Andrea. Hi there, Catherine Capel. Ron Elvin on the Week in Politics. My essay this week is going to be about Captain Sully Sullenberger and his announcement that he is living with dementia. I was very moved by his eloquence and his announcement. Greg Myrie, who has covered affairs in the Middle East for many years at this point, has an interview with us about the change in the Israeli position over the years, and interviews former President Ehud Barak about that. Chloe Veltman on special arts programs that has bipartisan support in Nebraska and concerns about that surviving now. Carrie Kahn tells us about a breakfast treat. We're going to have a series this summer about some local breakfast specialties around the world. Hi there, Sig in Texas. And this, I believe, is called Tigrillo. And my understanding is the major ingredient is plantain. So we will look forward to this. Ari Daniel has a report on aerial aquatic robots. Then I get to interview Juana Aristide, who's just in a wonderful novel called Astronaut. And it spotlights a Romanian family as the Ceausescu regime comes apart and the family's survival together. It's a very good novel. I enjoyed it so much. Then John R. Miller, New Music, The Great Unknown, talks about his 20 years on the road as a country rock musician. We'll speak with Dana Stroul, who's at the Washington Center, about what seems to be emerging or not as a strategy for the Strait of Hormuz. A report on a couple in Kerrville, Texas, who tried to save a family in the flooding there. Then 14 and a half minutes with Hunter Biden. This is part of NPR's Newsmaker series. We recorded this video and audio Thursday in New York City. And so you'll be able to see it on YouTube. You'll be able to hear 14 minutes of it on our show tomorrow. It's a very good interview. And I don't say that in terms of my approach. Hunter Biden speaks very openly about his struggles with addiction, about his feelings in the family, about being pardoned, and is very interesting and compelling to hear, and wants to be heard about addiction. He wants to reach out to people. with others to talk about that. Then Lisa Wood reports, I think, from Oregon Public Broadcasting, group called Drag Me Outside. These are drag artists who lead people on nature hikes. Treble Solar Odyssey, I gather this is a solar company owned by a native group that is doing good business at the moment. Michelle Steele, sports tomorrow. Looking forward to the World Cup final. And of course, I'm going to say, Viva Unai Simon, who is Spain's terrific goalkeeper. I'd like to think we're related. That would be the first Simon with any traces of athletic accomplishment. So I like to think that. And then 40-year anniversary Les Miserables concert tour. Worldwide concert tour is coming to an end soon in New York, and Radio City Music Hall and Jennifer Banasco has a story about that for us, and who knows, I might break in. Do you hear the beep? Sorry. Forgive me. Yes, Mr. Dickens, Unai Simon has only one goal. Conceded goal has gotten by him. He's had a shutout in 6 games. That's kind of amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Now, I know it's not just the goalkeeper. They've had a magnificent defense, but oh my God, just amazing. So, if you join us at 7:30, yes, one day more. Yes, she is the most accomplished. She is an equestrian, and that does take a lot of athleticism. Yes, until my daughters came along. Pauline is a very gifted runner. On the track team at her school, but she is a very gifted and can be dedicated runner. So maybe there are some traces of athletic accomplishment. And of course, Caroline is magnificent at everything, but a magnificent swimmer. And in fact, I think this picture was just after a dip, or she's holding what was very young Pauline at that. And so if you join us at 7:30 tomorrow, I will be reading the essay about Sonny Sullenberger. Let me share the first line. The word courageous has been fixed at Chesley Sully Sullenberger's name ever since January 15, 2009. You get the rest. Okay. Thanks very much for being with us. Hope to see you tomorrow morning at 7:30. That would be great to be back on track with many of you. And it's been very good to get together with you tonight. Very good to talk to everyone. And you know a man who was on that flight, Reverend Flowers? That's extraordinary. Well, as I believe I say, all 155 people on board survived to tell the story for the rest of their lives. So, thanks very much. Marianne, sorry you came in the end, but I will try and retweet this later. And I guess you can call it up on Substack later. Very good to see you. So thanks very much. Hope to be with you tomorrow morning. Take care. See you later. Bye-bye. From the UK, what time is it there? After midnight, isn't it? Well, thank you for joining us. Boy, and that game, England-France. I believe England's coach said this week that's the game no one wants to play, to come so close and then have to play for third place. Well, thank you for joining us, Marianne. Very good to be with all of you. See you later. Okay, bye-bye. Right, I think he takes off his Monday or is sworn in on Monday or visits the king on Monday. Something like that. All right, thanks very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Can you hear the beep? Oh, sorry.